Talk about Diddy's sons, King and Justin, trying to set the record straight and trying to say that their dad is far from innocent than many people say he is and perceive him to be. They're trying to give a fuller picture of their dad or what their dad is rather than what people say and think about what their dad is. You know, Diddy's been a lot in the news about his trafficking and racketeering. And now we know that Diddy's still in jail and still can't get out. But his sons try to go on the Zeus Network to try to paint a different light on their dad rather than the 50 Cent documentary style that many people concede as a hit piece. We'll get to the latest on the next edition of Vibe.
Just it's really surreal. It's really overwhelming to come from New York and be a part of the community and have to.
Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Dix. Welcome to this edition of Vibe. We talk about King and Justin Combs offer their perspective and defend their father, Sean P. Diddy Combs, after all the legal troubles he's been going through. Justin and King wants to set the record straight, and we're going to see what they're talking about here. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on Viral, we talk about King and Justin Combs, the sons of rapper, entrepreneur Sean P. Diddy Combs, and what legal ramifications that he's been having. Been in jail for so long with racketeering and trafficking and a whole bunch of stuff. Now we know that Diddy has been not guilty on racketeering, but he still faces trafficking on what's going on, even the abuse of what's going on with Cassie and a whole bunch of others in the Mann Act as well. Now Diddy's sons step up and try to say that that's not what you want to see and believe from their dad, that their dad is so far from that the people have perceived him to be. Let's look at what's going on with this little trailer with the sons explaining who their dad really is.
His children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony yesterday? Do you apologize on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convinced your father's innocent?
Your daddy got 4 years! Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women! That's wrong! He should get more!
Fight this to the end.
He's innocent! My stupid, I'm gonna get you!
Not afraid. Not afraid of the charges. Nothing that's
Something like the OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
As you see right there, Sean P. Diddy Combs' sons, Justin and King, offer perspective and the contents to give you the fuller picture on what's going down and saying that their dad is innocent and he doesn't do stuff like that. And they're trying to do a hit piece on him rather than trying to pull out the straight facts. Well, that could be the case, but hey, it is what it is. Well, we know that 50 Cent did that Netflix docu-series to paint a light on Diddy, and we don't know what's true and what's not true. We know we hear rumors and innuendos about stuff like that. So let's get to the latest with our very own Bob Evans. Bob, take it away on this Diddy and his sons trying to reverse the narrative.
Justin and King Combs are speaking out, and they're pushing back. As 50 Cent's upcoming documentary continues to spark conversation around allegations involving their father, Sean Diddy Combs, his sons are stepping forward with their own version of events, aiming to present a different narrative and defend his image. In this moment, they say it's about family, loyalty, and making sure their father isn't defined by one side of the story. Here's what they say, and I quote, "We want to thank the people, thank the supporters, and most importantly, thank the ears on Zeus Network for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. This has been Bob Evans, your viral insider. This is Viral, only on Connect TV.
Thank you, Bob, for that informative insight. Bob Evans always on top of his game, and always we thank him for it. And Bob will keep on clearing what you still be saying. Let's look what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say about Diddy's sons trying to defend their father and defend everything that's going on. Let's see what you people had to say on what people say.
So apparently, Diddy's two sons, Christian and Justin, are making a docu-series that's going to be out on Zeus about, I guess, what they're going through, seeing their father go through this whole process and how how they feel about it. Cool. They're allowed to do that. It's your experience. It's your life. It's your dad. You're allowed to do that. What makes this funny to me, though, is that this is a very real situation that this family is going through. But they shot a promo clip for it, which, if you have a show, you got to shoot promo material. But it's funny because you have to shoot several takes. If you've seen the clip, they're watching news reports of their father being arrested, being accused of certain things. Well, not accused at this point. He's locked up. So being charged with certain things. They had to shoot that multiple times. And that's what's funny. It's like you have to sit through this trauma that your family's going through in order to promote a show that you're going through, that you're producing, but it's about your trauma. Like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. And it's Zeus Network. It's Zeus. It's simply being on Zeus and not saying, hey, all media exists for attention. The reason we post social media is for attention. But Zeus Network is saying you are in this way more for attention than any other network. If your daddy ain't teach you nothing else, he taught you how to get $1.
So Justin and Christian have their own documentary coming out on Zeus at some point in 2026. It's safe to say I will not be tuning into that. I do not care. I don't care for their side of the story. I don't care for their point of view. I don't give two fucks. At the end of the day, from watching the 50 Cent documentary, I saw certain things where it's like, now that their documentary's coming out, what type of narrative are they going to try and paint? I'm just not here for it. I'm sorry. Like, I watch many shows on Zeus, but this is one documentary I ain't tuning into. I don't give a fuck. I understand that there's many sides to different stories and stuff like that. But in this case, I'm actually not here for it. I'm not here for it. Like, when Zeus said they're coming out with an exclusive announcement, I was excited to, Scotty with the Baby or another new show that they have in the pipelines. Not Justin and Christian having their own documentary based on their dad. Who asked for that?
There's a lot of overlap between the people that still think Diddy is a good person and the people that watch Zeus Network. That is why his sons are having a series on the Zeus Network. There's a lot of overlap between people that still think Diddy is a good person and the people that enjoy the content on Zeus Network. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all already know that the world just keeps on turning, and today is no exception. It's turning like a crazy episode of As the World Turns, if you will. Let's get into it. Guys, Variety is reporting that Diddy's sons Justin and Christian are announcing a docuseries slated for 2026. Let's get into the details. Sean Diddy Combs' sons Justin and Christian are planning to share their side of the story in the fallout from their father's federal trial with the announcement of a new docuseries slated to debut on Zeus in 2026. Not the Zeus Network, boys. The two revealed the untitled documentary series with a trailer posted to social media on Sunday night. In the clip, they watch footage taken outside the courthouse where Combs' trial took place as headlines about their father flash across the screen. The trailer ends with Justin receiving a prepaid call from New Jersey's FCI Fort Dix, where Combs is currently serving a 50-month sentence. What you guys think? Shout out to Stephen Horowitz for this story. But what you guys think? Are you guys planning on tuning in? Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea for them to be adding more publicity to the situation?
Oh, I'm telling 50 Cent. Now, they say Diddy's of a feather flock together. And if you haven't heard by now, Diddy's sons have a new documentary supposed to come out on Zeus Network. But that's the shady part. Zeus is shady. I'm going to tell you how and how this may backfire on everybody and somebody else Diddy Jr., who they calling the Timu Diddy, could be getting in trouble too. This is crazy. Ain't nobody else talking about it, but I will. Roll the clip. So the producer of Zeus putting out this piece that's supposed to make us all feel sorry for Diddy and his sons is Lemuel Plummer. Lemuel Plummer is what they call the Timu Diddy, or Diddy Jr. Now, word around the streets is, not only is Diddy a silent partner in Zeus, put up money, but they believe that Lemuel Plummer, aka Lemmy, was giving girls to Diddy and supplying girls through his network for the freak-offs and all type of parties. And if you ask me from the clips I seen, I would not be surprised if Diddy and Lemmy been diddling around. And check this, people have already been saying that Lemuel was Diddy Jr. and was going to be caught up in his own allegation soon, way before this documentary even was talked about. Now, I'm going to show you a clip at the end of this video, and you tell me how close Diddy and Lemmy look. But also, know that, now this is Lemmy's IG. If you want to go over there and tell him what you think about the documentary, go on over there and share this post to tell everybody what's really going on. And if I know 50 Cent, he is probably going to wait for them to drop this little piece, and that is when he going to drop part 2 and step on their whole thing. And I like it. I'm the greatest.
Happy birthday. Hold on.
What if I told you, if you're not following me for the Diddy news, you losing. Share this with your people so they know what's up.
Children arriving in court for day 1 of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York. Hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? Have you apologized on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convinced your father's innocent?
Your daddy got 4 years. Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women. That's wrong. You should get more.
Fight this to the end. He's innocent. Not afraid of the charges. Something like OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution for...
In an interesting move, Diddy's sons Christian and Justin Combs will be releasing their own docu-series on Zeus in 2026. Yes, it's his 2 sons and their perspective on everything that took place with the Diddy trial. I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. I want to see if they're just in support of everything that their father did and they don't really have any pushback, or there wasn't any shock in anything that was found out during that case, or if they weren't believing a lot of the things that were said. If there's going to be reactions to 50 Cent's documentary, if they watched it, or they'll make that be known in the documentary. If they're going to say things were false or things were not true and profess their father's innocence. I'm really interested in how this is going to go. They've been extremely supportive of their dad every step of the way, which isn't necessarily shocking. Yeah, but how do you guys feel about this? How do you guys see this going? Do you think it'll be successful? Do you think there'll be anything where they hold their father accountable? Or do you think it's just going to be all cap and just like, yo, oh yeah, who did my father wrong? Our ops, this, that, and the third. Let me know in the comments. Till next time, I'm out of here. You shitting me?
So Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, have announced their new documentary that's going to be airing with Zeus in 2026. And this is so important. This side of view has never been shared throughout history. Celebrity kids showing their point of view, watching their parents go through public vindication. Everybody talks about how much of a monster Diddy is and the disgusting, vindictive, vile things he's done. But people talk about him as if he's not human, as if he does not have a family, as if his kids are not watching this. Young kids. Remember, he has twin daughters that are 18, 19 years old. They are kids watching their parents go through this, and they're on social media acting like it's not happening. Although I know it is tearing them apart, and we're going to get to see that in this new documentary. In my opinion, his kids have been way too silent. Like, I understand the things their father has done, but at some point, y'all not gonna keep talking about my daddy. Right or wrong, Diddy has manned up to the things he's done, and he's facing his consequences like a man. Everybody deserves forgiveness. Ain't that what Jesus died on the cross for?
Whether you agree with it or not, we're going to get a front seat view as to what these boys went through watching their father throughout this trial. Now, they haven't announced the exact release date yet, but I'm going to have my popcorn ready. Zeus! Y'all better have did this right.
So apparently Diddy didn't get the memo that 50 Cent won, with the whole documentary, but he's still so eager to get public's approval, so much so that his sons teamed up with Zeus Network to make a docu-series about Diddy. Weird.
Your daddy got 4 years.
I'm sorry. I didn't know he got 4 years in this. I assumed it was much more.
Yeah. He should get more.
He should have got
Hello.
more.
This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
Now, the preview doesn't really show that much, but it does feature Christian Combs, who we all know Diddy had with Kim Porter. It also features Justin, who is Diddy's older son that he had with Misa Hilton. And you guys, you tell me, does she not look like Cassie, especially when she was young, okay? Or that could just be me. However, the part that was really interesting to me is that Quincy, right, Diddy's adopted son, was not featured. So is he going to be part of the docu-series and talk about his experience? Or does he want nothing to do with it and remain neutral? Either way, if this docu-series talk about Diddy in a positive light or present him as an innocent man, a lot of people are going to demand answers from Christian and especially Justin. Because allegedly, Justin is an eyewitness to a horrible act in a washroom, according to Lil Rod, one of Diddy's ex-producers. Now, they could always tell their story, but in the end, time will tell, and these guys cannot hide behind Diddy for so long.
Hey y'all, so I just want to share my thoughts on Diddy sons, the older ones. Well, let me not even go there. Yeah, Justin and Christian. Child, they trying to come out with their own documentary. They said, y'all trying to tell our father story, we gonna tell our own story. We gonna try to spin the narrative as much as we can. Whoever is y'all publicist, they're not that smart. And whoever is your publicist or encouraging y'all to do this really is not thinking this through. I think the best thing for y'all to do is sit there and be quiet and just live your life, because this right here ain't it. And the fact that it's airing on Zeus Network is very telling. And child, they said they got good ties, the band that own the network, friends with their daddy. Anyway, yeah, this is a mess. Y'all stop. Y'all please just stop. Cause ain't y'all allegedly in some of these lawsuits that's happening? Ain't y'all in some of them? And y'all doing this? Like I said, be quiet. You're showing your skirt tail. And Zeus Network at that. I'd rather for y'all to air this on YouTube than Zeus Network. Anyway, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments about this mess. And yeah.
Bruh, Diddy kids might have 50 in some real trouble now.
A procession of his children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York. Hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? You have to apologize on behalf of your father. Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convinced your father's innocent?
Your daddy got 4 years. Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women. That's wrong. He should get more.
Fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Let's get it. I'm gonna get you too.
Not afraid of the charges. Nothing that
It's like the OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
Bruh, so it just got a little bit realer. Because Diddy's sons have jumped out there, and now they're dropping a new Diddy documentary in their own perspective, and they're dropping it on Zeus Network. Wow. Very interesting move. Very interesting move. I'm going to tell you why this is interesting. Because we know 50 just dropped a documentary. People are raving about it. Who knows? This shit might get awards because it was that well produced. But what a lot of people have been, giving some pushback on is that how accurate was the information that we got, and was it subjective? Was it straight down the line, or was it leaning towards one side? You feel me? Was it trying to paint was it trying to paint a specific opinion? Was it trying to discredit Diddy? Was it trying to make Diddy look like a hero? What was it? What was the true intent behind it, right? And a lot of people feel like the true intent behind it was negative. You feel me? Trying to make Diddy look a certain way, right? Well, now that the kids get to make a documentary, they can give another perspective. And they probably, most likely, that's their daddy, they going to lean towards putting Diddy in a good light, right? So it's going to give it balance. Because if you have several documentaries, let's just keep it real. If you have several documentaries that look like they have an agenda and pushing propaganda, yeah, you're going to need a documentary that's going to push a different perspective, even if it's not cut down the middle like the other documentary. I feel like I wish they made one documentary that's non-biased. Neither side is trying to win an argument. They're just presenting everything and letting the public make their own assessment of what's really going on, right? But here's the part that Diddy's sons may have goofed out on. They chose Zeus Network. Zeus Network is a very trashy place. You feel me? It's almost Diddy's sons documentary, Zeus Network. 50 Cent documentary, Netflix. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? That was Netflix is the most popular streaming platform, if I'm not mistaken. Zeus Network is some shit I don't know about, man. You feel me? It just shows what girls fighting all day and all type of bullshit. So, is that where you really wanted to put the documentary at? Is that the only place you could have went with it? You got to resort to that? So that's the worst part of this documentary. They went to Zeus Network. I think they should have see if they could have got some deal with Hulu or Tubi. I know Tubi. Come on, Tubi would have been better than Zeus. I would have took Tubi over Zeus. You feel me? But I would believe most major platforms wasn't gonna take it up. Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. I just think those networks probably would have shut them down. But if any, Tubi would have been perfect. Damn, did they get denied by Tubi? You feel me? But this is an interesting one. Diddy's sons clap back in 50 with their own Diddy documentary.
You people didn't hold back one bit. You people let it be known that, hey, Diddy's sons may have a point. Diddy's sons may not. It's been mixed reviews. We always get mixed reviews here on Viral, but most of the support that you do and does, it kind of fosters to that. Well, we'll keep on watching to see what's the latest on Diddy and his sons, especially his son Justin King Kong, trying to defend their father's father's image. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. Thanks for watching this edition of Viral.